Welcome everybody, it's Simply Legal. My name is Terry Kahuma, the usual host on this channel, and I guess today you're looking at a very different background, but I like to make everything as simple and fun for everyone to understand, and therefore that means we provide a different background in almost every video. Well, today I'm here to talk to you about a different topic entirely. We're going to address what a bill is and what the current issue is concerning Uganda. We have the Computer Misuse Amendment Act Bill of 2011. Well, it's now 2022. But why is there so much controversy around this bill? Why is there so much talk about the social media bill, the social media this? Let me explain to you and demystify everything that Simply Legal has concerning this bill. Let's go. Number one, we have one Honorable Nsereko of Uganda, who is a member of parliament in Uganda, and he's moving this bill. He wants it to be passed in parliament and to be signed by the president of Uganda. Now, before we even go deeper into the facts, let's understand what is a bill. In legal terms, what is a bill? We've kept hearing about bills being passed and everything of the sort. A bill is basically a legislative proposal that is waiting to be enacted or that is waiting for an enactment. So what does that mean? A bill is basically a table of issues that are waiting to be placed in parliament, and therefore once they are passed and signed by the head of state, they are going to be laws or statutes. Now, many times with Simply Legal have talked about laws, but you may not know actually how a law comes into existence. I've just explained to you that a bill is what becomes a law. Now, with that background and by the definition of a bill, we now see that Honorable Nsereko wants to amend the Computer Misuse Act for it to become a law. He is amending a few clauses. He is amending a few sections in the Computer Misuse Act for it to become a law. Let's go into those three sections. In amidst with clauses, he is moving this bill under three parts. Number one, he's moving it under Clause 2. And Clause 2 is coming in to amend Section 12 of the Computer Misuse Act of 2011. He is basically stating that I am moving this bill because I'm trying to protect the ordinary Ugandan who has his data that he would want to protect. So he's promoting data privacy. In other words, once Clause 2 comes into amend Section 12, which makes cyber hacking of someone's data, this basically makes it a crime. So in other words, number one, he's trying to promote data privacy to protect whichever person's data is going to be hacked by a hacker. That's number one. Number two, he is stating that to promote or to remove what's called hate speech in Ugandan social media, it will be a very big bonus for us moving forward as a country. So he's trying to promote the removal of hate speech, and hate speech being promotion of falsehood or attacking a certain person or attacking a person who is innocent on social media. In Uganda, we have different social media platforms. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook and YouTube. So he's trying to say that once this bill is passed, whoever promotes hate speech or attacks any person or any person holding a public office in promotion of hate speech, then you're going to be committing an offense under the Computer Misuse Amendment Act, because he's trying to promote this by passing a bill in parliament to amend the current Computer Misuse Act. And then number three, Honorable Nsereko is trying to move this bill stating that whichever child has access to social media or to a smartphone will be monitored and limited by either his parent or guardian. So there are a number of clauses which bring up these three big steps that I've told you about. In my legal opinion, I don't think it's necessary to do this. I think this bill is a bit redundant. It has caused a lot of havoc on social media, but to give my legal opinion, I don't think it's right, because there are already two acts in place which already enacted to become laws in Uganda. Number one is the Computer Misuse Act of Uganda 2011, and number two is the Data Protection and Privacy Act of 2019. It was just enacted just in 2019, not even more than 3 years ago. So to pass a Computer Misuse Amendment Act of 2022, I think it's a bit redundant. It's more like repeating ourselves as a nation. So I think he's positively, I think trying to promote data privacy and making cyber hacking a crime, I think it's a very, very good thing. That's a positive for this bill. I think to try and promote the stopping of hate speech or promotion of falsehood is both a good and a bad thing, because if you're promoting hate speech, then we don't know how to use social media as a nation. But also it's just about sensitizing the general public about how to use social media, because if you look at the articles of the Constitution, one of the most important articles of the Constitution is protection of freedom of speech and expression. So to limit someone's usage on social media because you're trying to stop hate speech, then it's going to be kind of limiting and narrowing down their freedom of speech and expression under the Constitution of Uganda 1995 as amended. So I wanted to explain to you what a bill is, my viewers on Simply Legal. My name is Terry Kahuma. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button. We're moving to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for loving Simply Legal. I hope you have understood what a bill is and the whole fuss about what Honorable Nsereko is trying to pass and have signed by the head of state. A point to note is that a bill can only be passed if it is passed by Parliament and accepted and signed by the head of state currently who is in office, and that is our dear President. So thanks so much for listening to me. I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma, and I'll see you next time. Bye.